Coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class
of Zero.
So what tell him, like a bottle of chibuku?
Like a bucket.
To my nature, I criticize on social media. Yeah, I think I'm good at that when it comes to social media. That's why I really like spending most of my time in social media.
Buli lwenywa kunjaga eyo naye mba sirina ssente ntulaali n'endowooza.
Now, viewers, welcome to S-Class number S-Class here every single Friday of the week. We talk about different challenges affecting young people in Uganda. So today we are going to talk about teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy in Uganda, because it's very high when it comes to adults. It's very many young people who are involved in sexual activities and they end up getting pregnant. So today on our panel, we have experts, people from the National Population Council and somebody from White Ribbon Alliance Uganda. So I have Mrs. Stella Kigozi from the National Population Council. And then I have Kyomugish from the National Population Council, and also Winfred Ongom from White Ribbon Alliance Uganda. So welcome to this class. Then we are going to first of all know what teenage pregnancy is. Because I remember White Ribbon did a campaign, was it in 2015, teenage pregnancy? Yeah, it was about teenage pregnancy, but still up to now, teenage pregnancy has not reduced in Uganda. When you look at areas of the Soga region, and if you go deep, that means people are getting pregnant, and very many are getting pregnant. So tell us the areas which are now high when it comes to pregnancy in Uganda, or from National Population Council, and also we can just some of the things or what Ribbon has done to which are taking us in Uganda. Then you can tell us what Ribbon does for Uganda. Then you also tell us what National Population Council do for Uganda. Yes, for Winfred, you can tell us what do.
Good afternoon, viewers. I'm Winfred Ongom from White Ribbon Alliance Uganda. White Ribbon Alliance is a membership-based organization that focuses on reproductive, sexual, and business health. We've been running different campaigns. We've had teenage pregnancy campaign, we've had campaigns of human resources for health, among others. And currently we have a Watching and Nurse campaign, which also is close to teenage pregnancy, because we're asking women and girls what they want, what their one piece would be in regard to maternal health and reproductive health. So I'm excited to be part of this for some panel and be hosted by S-Class. And I look forward to have a long
Thank you so much. Yes. What does National Population Council do in Uganda?
Okay. Thank you, Sam. And the S-Class, thank you for this opportunity, inviting the National Population Council staff to be here. My colleague and I, Barbara. Our organization is a government agency that is committed to improving the quality of life of the people of Uganda by working on population policies and programs and articulating them with the aim of ensuring that the lives of people are changed. The key issues that we work on in the population program, of course, we are concerned with issues to do with education, issues to do with health, issues to do with human capital development as an institution. And we also try to do a lot of advocacy with policymakers at different levels to see how they can put in place policies, programs, and also the necessary resources to improve the quality of life. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Stella. Then I'm going to read this statement. That's what they're saying in Uganda. In Uganda, 24% of teenage age 15 to 19 years old are either pregnant or have had a child already. Uganda has one of the highest child marriage rate in the world. I don't know how true that is. I remember one time I was reading the White Ribbon Alliance's leaflet, and it was saying one in four girls in Uganda end up getting pregnant before the age of 19. How true is that when it comes to women?
Yes, actually, just to, I think what you read was from the DHS of 2011. Now I want to inform you that teenage pregnancy has continued to increase, and the latest report is now 25%. Yes.
So what is teenage pregnancy when it comes to it?
Teenage pregnancy refers to a girl getting pregnant before she gets to that legal age, which is 18 years. But it could also be defined also because all girls should be in school. So it could be a pregnancy. A girl has got when she was in school and had to drop out. So generally, it's a girl getting pregnant before she's ready to be pregnant. It's important. The legal age in Uganda is 18. It varies in different countries, but so in Uganda, 25% of girls are pregnant before they're 18.
And maybe just to add on some, the usual understanding when people think of teenage pregnancy, you think of girls who are between 13 to 19, that teen factor. But the fact of the ground are that kids are getting pregnant even when they are less than 13 years old. And that is actually, maybe the statistics are not picking up those facts, but they are getting pregnant much younger. 12-year-olds are getting pregnant. We've heard of cases in different districts where even, I think the youngest mother was 12 or 11 years. And like Winfred said, it is a very, very big challenge in our country.
So what are some of the causes of this teenage pregnancy in Uganda when it comes to Barbara? What are some of the causes of teenage pregnancy in Uganda?
The causes of teenage pregnancy differ from area to area, but majority, the major one is we look at the poverty level. Most of the young girls are attracted go for transsexual sex. You promise her some money, and she goes just because you promised her, because of poverty, you promised her some little thing, she'll come to you. You didn't just 500. So, and again, that is one. Second is also early marriages. Our girls are getting married when they are very young. Their families, because of culture, even religion, they get married as early as 16. So that also contributes to teenage pregnancy. The other factor of teenage pregnancy is also be dropouts from school. When girls are not going to school or they're out of school, the majority don't have what to do. So either through guidance or stay home, they get convinced children by the men and boys who are around them. So that is also a cause. And then, but majority of it, or the biggest problem, is lack of information of reproductive health information and services. We believe that if this girl, even if she was active, but if she had, say, information on what to do, or maybe they use the precautions. Precautions could be the condom or family planning things. If she had that information or services, she would get to learn. So those are one of the things.
In terms of Stella, I share out any of the causes that you mentioned.
I think those are the major causes. Yes. Most of them.
Just to add, during the Watch Ribbon campaign, being interactive with many women girls, when it came up with, we realized it's also one other cause. And gender-based violence in families, it makes very many girls feel like they begin looking for peace somewhere else. So if a boy tries or a man tries to do with them, they feel like they'll be happier with somebody else. So I think the family, I think it's also one key area of the courage to handle teenage pregnancy.
Me, I thought if somebody gets pregnant, I think that's population. And it's a good number. Uganda, people are increasing. So is it a factor? What are some of the risks of teenage pregnancy when it comes to Uganda? That will go to you, Stella.
I beg your pardon, that
So,
question again.
what are some of the risks of teenage pregnancy if somebody?
Pregnant, yeah. Of course, the number
yet prepared for pregnancy, for motherhood, and oftentimes actually because girls either get very serious complications during the pregnancy and even during childbirth. There is a condition called fistula. So one of the biggest risks of teenage pregnancy it's a big risk to the health of the mother. The body of the young mother, young girl, is not ready for pregnancy and motherhood. And the outcome is that there are serious complications for the girl, usually which results into tearing. These tears are they are referred to as fistula, tears along the birth canal when the girl is giving birth. And the girl is actually has to live with that condition, the tears, unless there is some kind of repair done to her. So the fistula is it affects the girl herself because the tears, and it results in leakage. The young girl will leak urine, sometimes feces, and it will need some medical or some kind of operation, yes. Yeah. So that is one of the biggest actually challenges when a young girl gives birth when her body is not ready. So if she comes out of it, because there is that side of it, the tears, but also there is death. And Uganda has a high mortality rate for women as a result of birth and pregnancy-related complications. The biggest percentage proportion actually of that the maternal mortality ratio in Uganda is contributed to by girls, by the teenage mothers. So it is quite unfortunate that we lose mothers, but also the biggest proportion of those mothers are young girls. If they don't get fistula, they will most likely die in childbirth or as a result of pregnancy-related complications. And their children are not usually spared. The children that are born to teenage mothers are also disadvantaged often because they will first of all suffer ill health. The body of the young mother was not ready, yeah? And so the child has not got the best from the nutrients from the mother. Most likely the mother has also not been looking after her body the way she should have been because she's a young girl, so she doesn't have the knowledge and the body is not prepared for that. So they usually give birth also to underweight babies. And the babies, yes, they're underweight, they'll have a lot of health complications. Yeah, so those are some of the two. My colleagues also to add on.
Do you have any other risks of teenage pregnancy?
Yeah, on the economic part of it, at a household level, it becomes like a routine or a recycle of poverty. When this girl gives birth, maybe when her mother gave birth when she was young. So now her child has also given birth when she's young. So you find that this family does not have time to go and till in their gardens. They are weak, they are what, so it affects them, it increases their poverty levels because this girl has dropped out of school, she has not got an education background, she cannot even go to the garden to where they are big, and even if she does, she won't dig heavily like she should be doing, being productive and that. So it has also contributed to the poverty levels at the household level.
When it comes to any other risks?
No, I wanted to just add a bit more. A social issue. It affects the girl's life socially. As self-esteem goes down, there's a potential she had to do anything and chase her dreams. So it comes down. So in the long run, it affects her family, her community, and everything.
I thought that after this girl living back, can you go back to school?
Yeah, that is the ideal situation, but reality actually is much, much different. The statistics show that when a girl goes back, about 42% of them actually never go back to, to school, or their lives are affected permanently, and the aspect of poverty that we have talked about earlier, they do not have the resources to take them back to school. They're already looking after this, the new addition to the family. So it becomes a very, very big challenge. And government was trying to see a way of ensuring that when that the young girl gets pregnant, after giving birth, they can be given an opportunity to go back into school. But the reality on the ground is a bit different. The girls are not, and their families, of course, are not responding positively.
Then recently I was with the last student we did very teacher on the panel, and when I asked him what they always do at school, a girl gets pregnant, what do they always do? I know like very many schools always just have these girls. Like, they don't even mind whether the girl has their welfare at home. And I looked at it at level, because very many of you are saying poverty. Does it mean that if you're poor, you don't get pregnant? So this is really, I'm sounding sort of mean, but to me, does not mean that if my father is poor, if my mother has no money, that don't mean that I should go to school, which at times it's the case. So if you ask a girl, like, how do you get pregnant? She tells you, you need have money, you eat enough, so I have to go and sleep. Somebody, that this means you can sleep somewhere and get pregnant because you're poor at home.
Actually, these girls don't want to sleep for the men to get pregnant.
Hey,
What the men do, the men do things coercive. She won't go and say, I want to have sex with someone to give me this. No. It's just coercive. You've been looking at the things you have, and all of the attractive, and thinking they have a friend, and they're not going to get pregnant. It's very rare that a girl will stand up, leave her home, and say, to get pregnant against me, please.
Yeah.
It's mostly, so that's why it's coercion, it's coercive. Yeah, but we also must understand that they're still very young. Their judgment is still very, it's in the formative stages. So those small things that people will, give them the coercive things, the gifts, or maybe when they think that this person is going to, let's say the poverty aspect that we talked about, coercive, an uncle brings a book, or provides you with sweets. Those are the small things actually that have been used to lure young girls into pregnancy, but also many have also been raped as a result here, and whatever the circumstances under which they're raped, the different issues that lead to the rape. Some of them are by close family members, others are, in school, others by close friends. Yeah, so it is very difficult to, judge and say that because you're poor, you have to get pregnant, to sleep with a man. These are still kids that need a lot of support in terms of, guidance, counseling, and if that is also not existing in the communities, in the families, people are not talking about sex, they are not talking about reproductive health information. So the girls actually fall into traps many times.
I think it's about the society. We are raised in the society always when we talk about sex.
But some people are not even transactional sex, giving you money or giving the girls sweets or what. And I think they say, tell them be a bit, you can give this young girl a little innocently, put on your border or put her in your vehicle from point A to point B. Between point A and point B, you will take advantage of this young girl.
So who takes the advantage? The man who is taking this young girl or the girls in advantage of it?
It is the adult.
It
is the adult.
The adults, yes.
The adult me?
Yes.
So girls
And
can,
usually old men are the ones.
And remember, they are vulnerable.
so girls can't force themselves to these adults that you're talking about.
No, imagine if you are in a court of law, and you have a case against a 13 to a 19-year-old, a minor. Of course, the the biggest implication is on you, the adult. Yeah, because that's a child. Yeah, because that is a child, and they need to be guided.
Because okay, where I work, I always interact with very many young people. When you ask them, they always tell different stories. Because if you ask a girl of around 16 years why, like, in case the HCV turns out to be positive, and ask how did you get pregnant, and then sometimes she always tell you, I thought I'm my safe days. I don't know whether safe days are really, like, they really work. And sometimes if you look, you ask who made you pregnant, it's either a fellow teenager, the person that they always go back to your school with, or the person in the community, or sometimes she will tell you, I have a man, not even a boy, but a man has a family somewhere that's sleeping. So I don't know whether these girls always get information from the same people, where they always get information which always guide them to believe that safe days really works. I personally don't believe in safe days. But girls will tell you, I thought you were safe days. When it comes to winning, you as a girl, do you think that safe days really work for these girls who are safe? Safe days?
And safe days are seen as a public planning option. But I think, like we say, give you the right information. Because not everyone will use. Personally, I can confess to safe days. I've been able to use them for 2 years and I trust them. But so it makes me see that it's someone has to really have the right information, understand themselves. But first is this person is got 18 years. So I think the first thing is they're supposed to abstain. But they can't abstain. What's the other option for them? So safe days so puts them at a risk of HIV, STIs. So I think it's just beyond the safe days. I think it's the whole thing is the information they're getting. Yes, and who they interact with, because young people interact with themselves and all that. But then back to what she was saying, you're saying that young people know what they're doing and all that. I think just remember that this is a child, someone who's got 18 years. And coercive, then you have to reject. Even just love. Like I said, there are some girls are in camp as well, but they are being tortured. They have their father beats their mother. So if this one son meets them one day and tell them how much they love them, how much they love to spend time with them, what should come to you because you feel like you love her and love spending time with her. But then you know what you're up to after that sex. So I think the needs of a girl child are just ignored. And people always say she's a big girl, but this is a child, she's not 18.
Maybe yes. And does this affect any girl's education in any way? The girl is pregnant before that she goes to test the age. Does it affect the girl in any way?
Yes, it does.
That's education.
Yes, it does. It affects them. One, she will be lucky if she does not drop out of school.
She has to drop out because she's pregnant.
Yes, because she's pregnant. But like you said, government has been pushing for a policy to accept these pregnant or even after birth at school. But we have found out that they are being stigmatized or even laughed at. So she will definitely take herself out of school, even if the school accepts her. But society and the children around her, because you imagine her stomach is that side, and she's in a school compound, going to school parent, they'll definitely have fellow children will laugh at her. So one, she'll drop out of school. Two, she will be so lucky if she comes back. She will be so lucky if she comes back. Most of them, like Stella pointed out, stay there. They don't even come. They're 46, 48. They don't come back. And then you'll be lucky also it depends on, I'm going to talk again poverty. It will depend on the level of the family, if they are able, if they are able to take her back to school. But if they are not, they'll tell her, look here, go and get married. They marry her off, go and get married to the man who pregnant with you. Or you stay here since you decided to get pregnant, let's look after the other, look after the child. But if it is a well-to-do family, well, then she can go back. But the child is still a new.
Yeah, and we'll also recognize that teenage pregnancies, a big factor that Barbara and Winfred talked about is poverty. Yeah, you will find that many times girls from the poorer settings and also families that do not have high education levels are getting pregnant. And of course the cultural aspect has a big a contribution to it as well.
Let me say, the person who stays in Myanmar is not pregnant, and the person who stays in Kampala is pregnant. The number is high, those who are still in Kampala.
Kamota and Muyenga, for me, I think is more like comparing oranges and oranges. Those are still in urban settings.
Okay, the person who stays in Muyenga and the person who stays in Iga.
Yes, let's take an example. There are studies that are actually show that girls in rural settings get pregnant much earlier than those in urban settings.
Sure.
And the reasons are there, evidence is there. The ones in urban settings are more exposed. They have information. They can be able to come to Naburu Teenage Health Center. The ones in the urban setting probably don't have access. Most likely don't have access to information. And there is the poverty factor. We can't run away from that at all. Yes, and that study, there's a study, it was done by PMA 2020, whereby they found that when girls get pregnant in rural areas, they take about 2.5 years before they use contraception. Yeah?
Well,
Access to services, again, access to information, as opposed to the ones in the center who will be able to access the services maybe a year after their first pregnancy. So by the time the girl in the rural area finally accesses family planning services, has the right information, they've already given birth to about 3 children, as opposed to the one in the center who may have, after that first incident happened, the one child, they're getting access to services and information. Yeah, so I think that the key would be to ensure that they do not get pregnant at all, and the information aspect is very, very, very key.
when it comes to Winfred, what do you think that we can easily do to at least reduce the pregnancy in Uganda?
We as White Ribbon Alliance picked interest in one document that will be expiring soon. That's the National Switch to End Child Marriage and Teenage Pregnancy. It's brought up from our sexual abuse. Because when you go to education, they'll say we handle all the children at school. What happens outside of school? And you go to health, that will say we handle the effects of teenage pregnancy. So we can't really penetrate into the community and the family and the schools. Gender will say for us to only handle the community. So we realize that the issue of teenage pregnancy is not only to one ministry, to one person. So for us to be able to handle these issues, like we talked about poverty, Ministry of Gender has different welfare programs and all that. So how do these ministries work together to make sure that a girl is kept in school and she can survive and thrive and be the best she wants to be? So for us, we still, as Winfred, I believe if we had a multi-sectoral approach to this and implemented it, it would be normal, because it reminds me of the sexuality framework issue. Like schools are saying this, the community will do this. So I think there is no coordination. There's no actually we had to. I remember sometimes we had to present at the NCH working group on teenage pregnancy, and they told us, why don't you take this to gender? First we handle the effects of teenage pregnancy. Take this to gender. Take this to education. So that shows you how there is need for continuous smart sexual engagement.
And personally, I believe there is hope. The statistics do not seem to be, speaking to that hope. But like Winfred said, partners are actually now thinking outside the box, starting to work together, but also trying to use lessons from different places. How does government work with civil society? How do the young people get heard in this process of addressing some of these challenges? But also, how do we use the government systems to work to ensure that teenage pregnancy is addressed? The National Population Council was involved in a study outside Uganda. A team of partners from both civil society, government, Ministry of Health, traveled to Bangladesh about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And some of the findings from that study were that Bangladesh is trying to use vital registration to ensure that girls are not getting married before their age. Yeah? Girls should not get married before 18. So vital registration is key. How are we using it here in country? And it takes me back to Winfred's point, the multi-sectoral approach. How do we take advantage, for instance, of the records from NIRA, the birth and death registration, and know and ensure that yes, when a girl, let's say parents are trying to seal a deal, it's usually sealing a deal for an underage girl to get married, what are the records? Yeah? How do the authorities come in? Is the law biting to impose that girls under 18 are not getting married, are not giving birth, and even the ones that get pregnant, you know what happens? They, as the law should be, sometimes they apprehend the culprits and they are set free, and then the families have discussions. Yeah, so we need to ensure that the systems are working and to strengthen the collaborations and multi-sectoral collaborations.
I heard that in different some areas of Uganda, men or fathers always pay their daughters. They say, buy from me, when they say bottle of beer, then I give you my daughter. Does it happen? Like, because sometimes I always doubt it, because that person I've never seen it. But you're saying that it's happening. So somebody gives you his daughter, go and get married before the age of 18. Is it happening anywhere in Uganda when it comes to that?
Well, some like you're saying, I've also never seen it, but we've had stories, or what we read in papers, or what we read here in the radio. A father would even give away that daughter to an Olivia because of kilos of what to eat, because they do not have the next meal. So he will sell away, we call it selling box, some kilos or a bag of cotton, and that's the dowry that this old man, above 30, is taking a 12-year-old kid. So I'm just telling you what I read in papers, or what I've heard on radio, but
is actually a big factor in all this. The marrying of girls young. There are places, of course, poverty, but also there are some, we were told in Kyomugish, where they believe that the young girls are actually bring luck. So the men will try to, encroach, call it encroaching. Because when you speak with a young girl, it brings luck. But unfortunately, the consequences of that are so many. For us as a country, we are losing out on a lot of productivity. Yeah, the girls rarely go back to school, like my colleagues say, Papa said. They rarely go back to school, and even the ones who go back to school actually lag behind. They lag behind in their studies.
Yes. Then after you petition, because I remember I was part of the team which got the signatures from young people entrepreneurs in Uganda. And after you petition the Prime Minister, what was the next plan?
After petitioning the Prime Minister, asking him to come up with a steering committee or something to make sure that that document is being implemented, because it's just like 3 to 4 years passed and nothing has been done before. But then we realized how advocacy is. We don't stick to one thing. As we continue pushing for that, we realized that we can now do this in a strategic way through budget advocacy to the different ministries. Instead of waiting for our minister to bring the ministries together, we had interactions with Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, asking them how much they allocate in regard to activities towards any teenage pregnancy in Uganda. It was a lot of work, you know what budget advocacy is like, but then we also learned a lot during that time because we realized that budgeting for teenage pregnancies, you realize how the budget items are listed. You won't really get to the point that this is for teenage pregnancy, but then you'll see small items like outreaches, and so we realized that instead of waiting for all that, we embark on the outreaches and see where they're being implemented and how they're being implemented and whether they're able to reach the young girls in schools or in the community. So that is how we are working on budget advocacy and accountability. Yeah.
So you have not yet got the results.
I mean,
We're still waiting for the results.
yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But then I wanted to add on to what Stella said about working together, the enforcement. It reminds me of the interactions we've had with Ministry of Internal Affairs, basically police. They gave us their challenge because people are saying that police is not working, they're arresting the people who are doing this and all that. But then they say rape is one very hard case to handle. First, because the lines of how you're supposed to get evidence and what, they're so complex. The girl, normally, by the time the girl is ready to come out, the evidence has been destroyed, besides that medical report, of which even, besides that, people fear to even go to that medical report, the shame that comes with reporting that Rebecca has been raped. I don't think if I was raped, I would want to go to Kyomugish. I would do it quietly, because I want people to put me in individual. A lady was raped and all this.
You don't want to come out in
Yeah, so there's that thing for fear that stigma that comes with it. So they said it's very hard to handle the issue of rape because the error is when it comes to time for evidence. Then sometimes people sort things outside. Before they'll come to you when they realize that their deal has failed. Like when they promise the family maybe 1 million, they get them like 200,000, then they'll come back, and then it's too late. And then the other thing is how defilement is classified. Because we have aggravated defilement and simple. So aggravated is for 13 to 15. Then 15 to 19 is the simple one. Now remember that DHS mostly caters for 13 to 19 for no, like Stella had said, what happens to those who are below 13? So since that categorizing also, and even that name, simple defilement, makes it easy for people to really walk away with it and all that. So we still have a lot of work.
So when you go to police, they feel like it was a simple defilement.
Yeah, like if you're above 15, that's simple defilement. There's a professor that's it.
And you have very many girls who, when it comes to contraceptives and family planning, do you always support these girls to gain family planning when it comes to preventing them from getting pregnancy?
So the government policy is that we should give information to the young girls, the under 18, under 19. But the facts on the ground are that girls are getting actually pregnant, or they are actually starting their sexual debut quite early. So what we are advocating for is that there should be provision of services, both information and services, to cater for the adolescents that are getting exposed to sex. And then, of course, emphasizing the role of the parents and the community. How does the community, how do they enforce certain laws or regulations within the community in regards to if one of the elders in the community wants to get married to a young girl? How does the community come in to stop such practices? So those are some of the things that we are trying to promote, but also to ensure that there are bylaws in place that bite. There are bylaws in place that bite. And working with policymakers is actually a big step in the right direction. We want to see how to amplify the voices of the young people, but also to ensure that there are policymakers that are really intertwined in this process to ensure that the right thing is done. The right thing is done. The law is not really biting. It's a big challenge.
It's a big challenge because remember last year when you posted somebody from feed, I was told us the same thing. perpetrators go when they are not disclaimed. They pay off for police, then people come back to follow up, police has not done anything. Somebody has left already, and the file end up being closed without this perpetrator being disclaimed by law. So, before we even close this session of teenage pregnancy, what is the rate of teenage pregnancy in Uganda now in terms of population and cancer? What's the rate of teenage pregnancy in Uganda now?
Teenage pregnancy is at 25%.
25%.
Yes, I think Winnie talked about it earlier. It moved away from 24. And yes, it has gone high. And that 1% seems small when you're talking about it as a percentage, but in absolute numbers, yeah, it is quite big. It is a big.
So which area is most likely?
Okay, so according to the UDHS, the latest findings show that Teso region has the highest teenage pregnancies, and followed by Toro, yes, Toro region, and then the North Central. And people are actually surprised when they hear Toro in there. But those are the facts on the ground. Yeah, those are the facts on the ground. So Teso region, then there is Toro, and North Central, plus then we'll go to Kedi region. Yes, those are some of the regions with the highest teenage pregnancy. And Bunyoro.
So what do you think we need to do to teenage pregnancy in Uganda?
First of all, what we need to do is to make sure that our girls stay in school. Keep the girls in school, because that's our information shows. When the girls is further in school, by further we mean beyond senior 4 or even senior 6. This girl will have, should I say, prolonged her birth, her
Pregnancy.
yes, because when they begin giving birth early at 14 or 13 or even 18, by the time she's 25, this girl will have more than 5 or 6 children. So keeping this girl in school will, first of all, give her knowledge to know where she can get productive health information and services. Then most of them, their brain is already kind of, they have a vision where they want to go. So they want to be attracted by these small monies or taken by, they know their future, they know their future, that they must go through education to have a bright future. So most of them will not accept this small petty, yeah. Then another thing is to our communities. Our communities, we have to involve, apart from the sectors, we must involve our communities. By communities, I mean the priests, those reverends who are down there, those country leaders, the chiefs, everybody down there. Let them be responsible. Like Stella was saying, this register that is being done in Bangladesh, we can also do one at our parish level and know how many girls we have and how many are going to school and why are they dropping out, or why even a parent is marrying out a girl at a very young age. So we take audit there and we stop it before it even what? Goes ahead, it gets worse. So to me, one is keeping the girls in school, make sure that the girls are in school, and also two major is to get it from the household level, the community, the people who are responsible, the leaders, the opinion leaders, the parents, all come up and enforce this younger.
When it comes to that, what can we do to change pregnancy in Uganda? The way you see pregnancy in what can we do to reduce pregnancy?
Education, from my perspective, and I want to emphasize what Barbara has said. It is key that we actually ensure that the girls are in school and actually study for long, yeah. And of course, community participation, and the Bibles. It's also critical that the reproductive health services are made friendly for young people. pleasantly surprised when we came to this place. At least the young people can come in without being afraid that they will be still and that they will have stigma from other people. Yeah, so it's a good thing. Adolescent sexual reproductive health services must be made more friendly and stepped up in all health centers. Health center 3 at least. There was a proposal. I think the health center 2s are being closed. They're being upgraded. But people are saying, why couldn't they be used to provide those services to the young people? Yeah. So the point is to ensure that the services for young people are in place and that they're friendly. And a young person going into a friendly corner doesn't mean that they are going to get pills or condoms. They could be going there for information. They could be going there just to touch base with their peers as well. They could be going there for entertainment. Yeah, so we should remove that the stigma from adolescent sexual reproductive health services.
Is Winfred, when it comes to teenage pregnancy, what else would you like to say about teenage pregnancy before we close this conversation? What would you like to say about teenage pregnancy?
I think Stella and Barbara have mentioned the core education, and then one thing Stella saying that I always believe is that best thing to solve any issue is bylaws. Like we have national laws and police and there is a way that community feels their bylaws for they have community. And they are easily managed and easily held accountable, are more responsible. Sometimes they are to the extreme, but then I'm not sure the research really, but from my analysis, from my seeing, I feel like results always happen each time there are bylaws. I've seen it in Karamoja, I've seen it happen in Mira, whereby bylaws are put for open education, and at least people are improving and having what tippy taps. But like else things coming up with the tippy taps, and so besides that, I know times have changed, but then I think we need to get back to like a community balance as well. Okay, nowadays it happens, but it happens because a partner has organized it and they're also there. But those days it was just a community initiative. It would always meet maybe every 2 weeks or something, and everyone is there, health workers, the kids and all that. Parents just go for that stuff. And they'll discuss different things. So I feel like Barbara has said, there is that community touch. When the community is made to own something, they are more responsible and so easy. Don't hold each other accountable.
Thank you so much, Winfred. Then we are going to go for a short commercial break. Then when we come back, we shall talk what women want and think that White Ribbon is running. And to my sisters, the girls, just know, treat your life. Make sure that life is so precious. If you when you're at school, very many things are going to lose them. Make sure that you open your books and then opening your legs. See you after the commercial.
Coming soon on social medias, it's S-Class.
So what's the level? Like a bottle of chibuku?
Like a bucket.
To my nature, I criticize on social media. Yeah, I think I'm good at that when it comes to social media. That's why I really like spending most of my time in social media.
Buli lwenywa ku njaga eyo naye mba sirina ssente ntulaali n'endowooza.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. We are discussing about what teenage pregnancy in Uganda, the rate of teenage pregnancy in Uganda. We had from the Operation Council, and they have discussed with us and shared the information with us. So now we are going to discuss with Winnie about what women want campaign that White Ribbon is running in Uganda, and Winnie works with White Ribbon Alliance. So she's going to tell us more of what women want, and she will share with us what have they found out from the data they have collected. Before we go further, what do women want? What do women want? It's all about.
Okay, what women want is a global campaign, or I would say it's a global research. by White Ribbon Alliance, together with other alliances in other countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, Pakistan, India, Western Bengal, London, and Washington are asking women all over the world. We're looking at getting 1 million responses from women and girls all over the world. That's 15 to 49, asking them if they had that one opportunity. And they were asked, what's your one request for quality maternal reproductive health services? What would it be? Just one request. Because normally we sit back and use maybe the daily data we give, like in the DHS and other documents to see what has to be done for mental health services. But then we never really get the chance to speak to that individual one-on-one and ask them, what's that one thing you think should be done to improve the quality of services? So in Uganda, we have new collecting data. The last collection we had about 41,000 responses, and we hope to collect another 60,000 because we're getting 100,000 from Uganda. And this collection is not just done anyhow. We're doing it in a strategic way to make sure we get all kinds of responses from different parts of the country, to make sure every region is covered. So even though this is a global campaign, we want to also use the benefit of requirement to see what the women in Eastern Uganda want, what the women in Southwestern Uganda want. And actually, from the responses, we realize that the needs vary. You know, for someone to tell you she wants a canteen in the hospital. So very many times we say mothers are not doing continuity care. These mothers want to prepare their breakfast, want to prepare their lunch before they leave for their husbands. So because they spend so much time doing this at home, they will come to the facility. Maybe they'll say that close registering mother's continuity, come back next week. Or maybe she'll come for a little early, but because of the long line, she needs a refreshment, she needs a snack, and it's not there. I mean, urban places have canteens around, but most health centers far away don't have these places. So I have seen referrals to the kitchens, because they realize many people can't afford to buy these things. But this is a kitchen, you can just carry 3 pieces of firewood and maybe you can warm your food and do something. And so realize that it's beyond the medicines, it's beyond the usual thing you see in a health facility. There are social issues. Actually, the last meeting we were having in our community, we were appreciating, we're like, look at the things we ignore. When we say electricity in our village. So this may affect the woman herself at home, but then also at a health facility. They need light. So if a health worker leaves at 7 p.m., they might be called to respond, but then how is the health worker without light? So people have lost their lives. Babies have died because of preventable issues. Asphyxia, the incubator, the generator of power, run the incubator. So those other issues are being addressed in the Watch Women's Company, and it's still like close to what we're being discussing, teenage pregnancy. We've been interacting with girls too, in and out of school, and it's given us an understanding also of what we should do to end teenage pregnancy, because we've had girls asking for, someone wrote, please return the Sarah books. Remember Sarah, there were comics, yeah, comics. Maybe they said comics did better, and they want more of the comics than giving a girl a brochure to read. The comics are like a story, and see what Sarah did. I mean, I think when we grew up, we all admired Sarah. And then, yeah, then even other families, because I remember adults also read the Sarah books. So you see a fellow reading about Sarah's dad, and you feel like, oh, Sarah's dad is a good dad or something like that. Yeah. So there are those issues that came up. Of course, we still have the issues of the health workers being rude, and then other people involved. Shall be done with collection, and we shall already have data entry going on. Like I said, some issues keep coming up, but there are some very unique issues.
discrimination. I remember when we came here, Stella from NPC asked you, the identity is always in Uganda. You're like, yeah, it's from Wash Uganda and what? Then I'm thinking, this is Naguro. The slum area has very many people from the north. I should also come here. So, how are they able to watch this? We've seen those workers maybe just side there, you know. Then someone is so seated and they don't know what it means. So, we've seen mothers and girls asking for language discrimination to be cut out because it tells someone, it tells a mother, how is she going to say come to the data? Yes. Yes. And then the other unique issue, Stella talked about her studying. I'll be glad to read about a social worker here who can. Yes, so I'm glad Nagoro has that, but then some places don't have social workers who can. Actually, we're collecting data. We met a very beautiful lady. I began speaking to not remember campaign. Then she tells me. So next thing I'm stuck. I don't know how to communicate to her, but I'm glad she knew how to write and read. So we kept interacting that way. So issues from different people, the refugees, the marginalized, different marginalized groups of people. And then the other unique issue, I noticed Uganda, we have laws, but then we have transgenders in Uganda. I was doing a study, and then I ignored the gentleman. He seemed like a gentleman. And then it's like, I'm a woman, and I know what I want. I was stuck. I'm like, okay, you're a woman, but I have to let you do a survey. So it brings up different things of issues.
So the survey focus on only women, not
women and girls. Yes.
You don't focus on look at men and
no, we are engaging
so men have nothing that they want.
No, we are engaging women and asking them to encourage their wives and daughters and girlfriends and fiancés to speak up and say what they want.
I think it also involves men in making sense to ask what women want, what men and women want. Because men are also affected in the other way around. Yes. I bring my wife to the hospital and not getting attention. My wife may fear to talk, or you may approach me and I tell you the whole story, I already know what happened in the hospital.
Okay, what women want for us more, maybe because we appreciate depending on the research that is there, issues of reproductive health issues affect women the most. But we appreciate the role men have to play. Because other responses we had women saying, I want my husband to show me love. I want my husband to give me support. No, it's not obvious. Love varies. Love has a unique definition.
Sure.
Yeah, so I want to just let you know that what women want, you need to focus on women and girls. It doesn't leave out special groups of people, the vulnerable and marginalized people. And at the end of the data collection, this was benefiting the global office or global organization. But then it will also be used in our advocacy in Uganda. And like right now, we're preparing the NDP3, the HSDP2. This gives us a pace to set our advocacy because we shall have the evidence and know what people want us to share. Yeah.
I think that's all what women have told us what women want. Because, I think we should also introduce what men want. Then we are closing the show. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we had Stella from National Population Council, we had Barbara from National Population Council, and Winfred from White Ribbon Alliance Uganda. Thank you so much. See you next time.